All right, so I'm here with Chico down in Nosara, and this man knows everything there is to know about Nosara. I've been looking around. We're sitting at the Gilded Iguana Hotel, which is the original hotel, renovated about a year ago.
Yes, they started the renovation 2.5 years ago. It's a full year of operation, but absolutely, you're right. It was the original oxen trail that brought the materials in to build this in 1970. When you couldn't even bring materials in for the road. So yes,
Awesome.
It's the 2.0.
So here we are in the renovated Gilded Iguana. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've got some B-roll. We'll go ahead and include that. But really I wanted to get Chico's take on who comes to Nosara, what do they do here, what have you seen in the 6-7 years that you've been here in terms of growth and adoption and money coming in, and what do you think the future holds?
All right, well, a lot of questions, but let me start with from the first thing that resonates, and that is this place is pretty magical, and I guess in some ways it kind of you either like it gets its hook in you and reels you in, or it kind of kicks you out, and
which I just spent the whole day on fishing Nosara, so I apologize I haven't changed. It just came off we got our hook in something else. But I'm also hooked on here, and I'm buying some real estate, and hopefully you're going to broker that transaction.
I'll go back fishing, Nosara, cue the marlin.
Right, exactly.
Doesn't happen very often, anywhere, but I have enough friends who have been fishing all over the world, and they've been lucky enough to catch and release a marlin.
I got a blue marlin 2 days ago here.
Okay,
First, yeah, it was amazing. So anyway, so people get hooked in here, but what do they come here for?
So this is, I like to kind of, I don't really like classifying anything, but if I were to sort of summarize it, I suppose it's a bit of a healthy, health-driven vacation spot. It's focused around surfing and other water sports, surfing primarily dominating it, and holistic practices, yoga being number one. And everything else in between, but it's it's a healthy, wealthy destination. It's there's no buffets, and there's no big hotels, and there's nothing happening after 10:30 at night, and it's all about sunrise, not staying up all night. So it is it's a very special little spot. You don't have any development on the beach, and that'll never change. 200-meter
protected, right?
It's a protected zone called the Osceola Wildlife Refuge. It's 200 meters over 20 kilometers. So when you're on the beach looking back east, because we get the sunsets west, you are looking at the jungle like you would have 500 years ago.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
It's incredible.
It's
natural.
Gorgeous. And so when you say there's no big hotels, just for an idea, how big is the Gilded Iguana here?
So the Gilded Iguana has 29 rooms, 2 stories. There are not many building structures of any kind over 2 stories. 3 stories is what we have as sort of the high end things, and those are not commercial. They're just family homes. There's barely any of them. You count on one hand probably the 3-story ones, and that's sort of the capacity for height restriction. And there are 3 or 4 boutique hotels. You get the Lagarda Lodge, the Harmony Hotel, and the Nomadic. Mm-hmm. And other than that, you've got these beautiful houses, and the closer to the beach you are, the better it is. So it's really kind of a place where you got to go and find a nice spot that suits your family, or suits your if you're 2 or 4 or 2 couples, 3 couples, 2 families. Find the place that's closest to the proximities that you want, such as the beach and surfing and yoga and supermarkets and cafes and restaurants. And if you land that spot that suits your needs, gold.
And that's what we're bidding on right now. So
perfect.
We found that spot, friends.
Yes.
Stay tuned. With any luck, send us some love.
All right.
We found the spot, and it will be ours for a long time, and Glenn's going to try and negotiate that for us. So thank you in advance, my friend. Thank you. So tell us a little bit about real estate and appreciation and what you think happens. No one has a crystal ball, but
no, let me just jump in there. The crystal ball has kind of already got its historical paths ingrained in what happens in special places like this. So I mean, Jackson Hole,
Yeah,
for example,
right.
Telluride, Aspen, Maui, and then all of a sudden, of course, like beautiful places in wonderful cities that are always commanding people from all over the world to visit. This place, the master plan of this place was developed in the late '60s and has since then been adopted by an extremely conscious community that is preventing any further growth outside of the master plan, meaning it doesn't just keep sprawling. It is what it is.
It's a self-contained island.
So what happens with real estate here is the demand is so high, the supply is so low, and everybody wants to be close to the beach. Everybody wants to walk to everything. There are only a handful of places like that. That's never going to change. So I can tell you, I have friends that bought 15 years ago in Maui, and it's 10x from then at least.
Right.
This is the exact same situation.
Right. We've seen this movie before.
Absolutely. And now it's on.
Right.
Now this we have been discovered.
Right.
We've been discovered.
And so, I mean, the property that we're bidding on, we'll keep it anonymous because it's not yet closed or anything. But I mean, it seems like a richly priced for the size of the plot of land and the home and the build and all that. But it's location, location, location,
the
right?
Dead center of the red of the bullseye.
Right.
I'll say no more.
Right. And I think that in real estate, as I educate people all the time, location, 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 right? And one thing that does appeal to me is that it does have some room in the back where we can expand and create interesting things like a tree house and an experience.
It's got this matapalo tree.
Right.
There's two of them in all of Nosara. This one is at the beach.
Right.
That thing is screaming for like LED lights, kind of like coming up all of its limbs and decking around it, and like treehouse, and like it's like thank you for noticing this.
Yeah.
It's like the ripest, purest piece of fruit, and like why has it not been selected? Well,
there we go. Talk about sort of seasonality and when people come and occupancy rates, just generally speaking. One of the reasons I wanted to feature you on this, and guys, if anybody's interested in learning more about Nosara, contact me, contact Chico. But if this sounds like it's something that you want to do, and I teach diversification.
Excellent.
So what most people tend to do is they start to grow, the education that we're providing is working well, they get a second place, a third place, a fourth place, and what's human nature is to do what has worked in the past. So they get the place across the street or down the block or in the same city, and that's fine, but they're taking concentration risk, which they really shouldn't. And so I'm asking people to also think about like lifestyle, like if you like healthy, you like yoga, you like surfing, you like whatever, don't get the third place down the block. Think about something like this. So talk about seasonality, occupancy rates.
Okay, well that's interesting, because in a situation such as you're creating for yourselves, and I've had hundreds of people. I've been doing this outside of Canada, where I'm originally from, in Central America and Caribbean for almost 20 years. So I like to consider myself a little bit of an expert and a consultant in how to do this. Now, there are all kinds of roads, but the one, if you can concentrate and nail this down, is you're not a place that you come to that's special as this, and you can see yourself coming here every time, going and like taking in everything around it. Obviously, that's the reward of that in terms of your investment when it's producing the same numbers, or more or less the same, hopefully higher, but the reward of that is incredible. But you want to not come. You're not going to come during Christmas and New Year's. You're not going to come during March break. You're not going to come during Semana Santa, Easter. You're not going to come in the heat of the summer. So the summer here 3 years ago had low occupancy rates, and now it's 90%, because the word is out and the surf is great in the summer, and it's non-tidal dependent. It's all day, every day.
Now you're
And-
talking U.S. summer, right? Like we're
so-
here in the middle of
so
June
July,
right now.
Yeah, so basically from now, let's say a week from now when kids get out of school until Labor Day, first weekend in September, it's a surf destination.
Put in a new battery,
Okay.
but it should be fine. Do you see the? There we go. See it? Okay, cool. All right, so friends, we had a little technical snafu. Took the opportunity to change venues, different scene here, but we're still with Chico, my man, my realtor, and he just broke down a little bit about why people are coming here. They're coming here to surf, but I wanted to turn to when you're looking for these places that are good investment properties and they fit your lifestyle, what does best, what appreciates the most, when people come here and they start to enjoy it themselves, in your experience, what are they looking for, what works?
I'm gonna have to go with the old proximity and location road. So given that we have this, nothing's on the beach except for the surf and the natural beach lifestyle, you've got no commercial or residential on the beach. So behind that 200 meter protected reserve area, which literally there are beach paths that cut through it, and you can be carrying your surfboard and there's monkeys flying by you.
It's gorgeous.
And that's never going to change. So the closest you can get to that protected area is the most desired spot to be if you're vacationing. So if you're such as yourself as an investment property, this is like I believe I said earlier before the technical difficulties, you have a dartboard and you have the dartboard, the numbers, then you have the bullseye, and the bullseye is comprised of green and then red.
Right.
And I would be very comfortable saying that you are looking at a place, and we can't say what it is right now, but it's in the middle of the red, in the middle of the bullseye. So when it comes down to it, you're coming down here for a week or two with friends, family, whatever it might be. If you can just walk out the door to the surf, to your yoga class, to the cafe, to the Love Burger, you know, the beet burger on like a gluten-free bun, to the supermarket that has high-end organic fruits and foods and
amazing.
It's just pure bliss. You don't even need to put shoes on. You don't even need to put your flip-flops on.
Right.
So you've got surf schools, you've got the Gilded Iguana, we call it the Iguana Factory. The iguana is ground zero. We talked about the iguana earlier. You're steps away from the iguana. You come over here and you utilize the food and the environment and it's where friends of friends meet and everything. Like you go surf, you go meet it, you know, from your place to the iguanas at the end of the road to the surf. So you're like right in the middle of everything.
Amazing. And then on the property that we're currently bidding on and we hope to get, and fingers crossed and so on, I don't know whether we captured it, so if we didn't, go ahead and talk about the one of two trees and sort of the vision that we share with the trees and the LED and so on.
Yes, this is something that this property has that none others do close to the beach. It's got this Matapalo tree, and this Matapalo tree is this Costa Rican majestic tree, and it has like all these like elements to the tree that create such a perfect
visual, so we're gonna
perfect canvas for LED lighting and a decking and layered hangout and sleeping areas that extend into the property and another pool back there, whatever it might be. It's just so beautiful, and there's literally 2 trees in all of the beaches in Nosara, and this is one of them. The other one's up by my house. My house is a kilometer away.
The proximity is perfect. The tree is perfect.
Yeah.
Walk to the surf. Walk to the mini super. Walk to yoga. Walk to the burger place.
Everything.
Now the problem that we have is that Eric and I like it so much that the investment is quickly flipped to like lifestyle. But I want to get back to my roots. I've had this vision, this desire to spend more and more time here. and this is going to be the introduction. Now, the good news is I'm an avid skier, so when peak rental income occurs, you know, call it from December through end of March, that's when I'm skiing in Jackson Hole.
Perfect.
Which is perfect for me. So like the complementary nature, the symbiotic relationship, I maximize my summer income in Jackson Hole, and I'm down here during low season. And then I'm here enjoying this lifestyle, and then I'm there during low season. So like I'm maximizing my income, but I'm doing it for my quality of life. I'm not being financially driven, I'm being lifestyle driven. It's just I want to be in places that I want to be, doing the things I want to do when I want to do them, and being paid to do them.
Most of the people that are coming here in the ski season are skiing, but they're taking a surf vacation.
Right.
So let them do their surf vacations.
Right.
However, you've got a little hole in the schedule, maybe third week of January or something. Then come down here and surf for a week.
Totally.
And then get back to Jackson Hole. So managing that all. And I think I said it earlier, I'm not sure if it was recorded or not, but a lot of the people that love to surf here so much are coming here in these shoulder seasons, which generates rental in the months 4 or 5 years ago where there was next to no rental.
Right.
Well, I don't want to be the guy who like blows the whistle on this, but that's a really good time to come.
Right, and what we were talking about, and I'm again, I don't know
June,
if we have
September, October.
Yeah, right. I mean,
those are the shoulder seasons.
It's the best time. I mean,
there's
the weather's
nobody in
been
the
fantastic.
lineup.
Yeah, it's great.
And whatever, you get some rain. I sit and, you know, people go to the beach. This is sunset culture. You go to the beach and watch sunset. Everybody meets at the beach for sunset. And if you want to hang out and have a beach fire, and you don't mind getting, you know, when the lightning, when the electrical storm started and stuff, you know the rain's maybe going to come for a couple hours in the evening.
Right.
But once the storms sort of come in from the Pacific and you got lightning bolts and the sky's lit up, and it's like, okay, then we're time to go. So you put the fire out and go.
One question that I had for you is, for those viewers that are watching that don't know this, I was born and raised in Costa Rica. I lived here until I was 10, so I'm quite comfortable with the language and the safety and some of the international components. But many of the viewers are domestic investors only, US domestic, maybe Canada only.
Yeah.
What are some of the complexities or challenges that people have that are Americans or Canadian buying in Costa Rica?
So I've
Is it like buying in another state, or it's kind of like that, but there's this?
So again, I don't know if this has already been discussed, but I have nearly 20 years of experience with this and consulting with Canadians and Americans primarily in terms of investing, living, immigrating, everything really. So basically, it's as very similar to purchasing in North America. The way that the structure of law and free and clear title of ownership, and the sophisticated country that Costa Rica is relative to most Caribbean and Central American countries, and its affiliations with North America. I don't think that, let's say, 95% of my buyers would find it 2 degrees different than buying in from their hometown.
Right.
So I'm not sure that's, you know, that's a broad answer to your question, but that is a non-issue.
Right.
With you working with the professionals, with a great realtor and broker and
like you
and legal team and surveying and everything. It's not like you're sleeping and you wake up in the middle of the night like, oh my God, what about this? No, this is like a go to sleep at night and come back, and there is nothing that's going to keep you awake wondering, you know, should I be investing in a place like this?
Right.
I've never been in a situation that makes me feel more comfortable selling real estate and working with investors than Costa Rica. So, and yes, you're Costa Rican.
I fully agree, and I think that the biggest challenge that people have to overcome is just in their mindset, right? Like doing what they've been doing or doing what they've been comfortable doing, not stepping outside that box.
Surrounding yourself with a professional team is the number one thing to do.
Absolutely, in everything.
And in everything. But at the same time, we want people here. We want investors here that want to be a part of this community.
Right, and I think that that's the key thing. You talked a little bit earlier about sort of the health-centric as opposed to party-centric. There's plenty of ski towns, by the way, that are really party-centric and others that are health-centric.
Yes.
There's plenty of surf towns that are really
100%.
Party-centric and others that are, sunset-focused. So it's not for everyone, but for those that like it, you can't really replicate it.
This is a sunset. Go out to eat. There's live music. Everything kind of winds down at 10 p.m. There are no street lights. There are no.
Awesome.
There's nothing. It's a giant campground for
Right.
adults and kids, and flashlights and lanterns, and everybody goes to bed.
Yeah.
It's a sunrise community. It's a surf community. It is the largest yoga teacher training micro spot in the entire Western Hemisphere. Nosara.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's incredible.
It's amazing. All right, well look, we've taken plenty of your time. I very much appreciate your wisdom. Is there anything else that you think is important for us to know about Nosara, either lifestyle, investment, quality of life, anything that I've missed? And I'm gonna come back because I'm gonna buy this thing.
Come on down.
And I'm gonna spend a lot of time.
Come on down and let us show you like some good restaurants and some good surf spots and some Pura Vida. And other than that, I think we got it covered, man.
All right, and you're gonna get me this deal, right?